This way, brother.
Ah, cheers, pal. Hello everyone and welcome to another Indonesian adventure. As you may have guessed from the title, today we are visiting an iconic landmark. But first, let me share a little fun moment. On our way here, a lovely family stopped us to ask for a picture. It's a bit surreal. We're feeling like celebrities here in Indonesia for no particular reason. But I have to admit it's kind of fun.
It's fine.
So while we fulfill our famous duty and take photos with anyone who asks us, let's dive into today's video. You probably already know from the title, we're about to visit the largest Buddhist temple in the world, Borobudur. Located in Magelang, Central Java, Indonesia, Borobudur is not only a majestic architectural marvel, but was also designed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1991. While there are other significant Buddhist sites like the Angkor Wat in Cambodia, which was originally Hindu but later became a Buddhist temple, Borobudur holds the title of the largest monument dedicated specifically to Buddhism. As always, when it comes to diving into history and this incredible site, Giacomo will be our guide, taking us on a journey to uncover the fascinating story and the significance of Borobudur. Let's get started.
It's hard to be famous sometimes. No? Wow, it's boiling today. Panas sangat in Indonesia. Very hot, very hot. And you know what? While we were walking, we end up in this. Oh, what is this? Isn't it the biggest Buddhist temple in the world? Borobudur. Let's go explore it.
It's very busy.
Now, Borobudur is nowadays the most visited tourist attraction in Indonesia, of which 80% of the visitors are Indonesians. So this brought millions of people every year to this place. That's why they restricted the entrance to the main site to just few. Today the main entrance was sold out for much pain. So paying a relatively expensive ticket, we were just allowed to walk all around this huge temple. But still we are going to make the most out of it. It took 72 years to build these huge temples between the 778 AD and 850 AD, during the golden age of the Hindu and Buddhist kingdoms here in Java. And particularly this was built during the Sailendra dynasty. More than 400 Buddha statues and 2,600 relief adorn this 9-tower structure. 6 of these towers, this stockade platform, are squared and 3 are rounded. And everything is topped with the big stupa, a dome, which is the central dome. And once was a huge stupa on the top. This place is still important for Buddhist beliefs. It's a destination of pilgrimage. Indeed, the pilgrims have to ascend the monument starting from the bottom and reaching the top, which is divided in 3 different sections, which are related to the Buddhist cosmology. There's a strong symbolism behind them. The first is the
Kamadatu.
The Kamadatu, which is the word of desire. The second is the Rupadatu, which is the word of forms. And then there's the Arapadatu, which is the word of formlessness. And each of them has a strong meanings for Buddhist belief. It was in the 14th century, at the end of the history of the Buddhist Hindu kingdoms here in Java, that probably we have the decay and abandonment of this amazing place. Indeed, at the time, Muslim took over, and the first sultan and the first Muslim kingdom were ruling this area, and probably that's why this Buddhist religious place wasn't used anymore. So it was abandoned, and it was rediscovered just hundreds of years later, at the beginning of the 19th century, when for a brief period Java was under the British rule, and some expeditions were led by an explorer, actually found again covered in the jungle and in the ashes of two volcanoes that are nearby, and actually that throughout history threatened a lot the structure of the temple. Now, throughout the 19th century and eventually 20th century, it went through many restorations. But in the meantime, it was also looted by many bandits that came here and found some treasury. So it's not the original form, but still we can still enjoy much of how it would look like back in the good old days. At the end of the 19th century, the king of Siam, which is now modern day Thailand, came to visit this place, and he thought that actually he would be rightfully entitled to take some souvenirs. By souvenirs, he intended like few kalas, few Buddha statues, and few beautiful lintels and relief that were part of the temple, as well as one of these two big stone lions that were guarding one of the entrances. It's quite a lot for souvenirs, but he's the king of Thailand, The temples went through a lot of harsh times: volcanic eruptions, earthquakes, and even microorganisms that were slowly destroying the stones that compose the temples. That's why in the early 70s, the UNESCO, with a lot of help by many countries and a lot of funds, actually started an incredible project, which consisted in dismantling the temple and taking the stones one by one, clean it, and then put them back like a massive puzzle. And eventually this great restored helped us to see the temple as we still enjoy nowadays. Also in 1981, 9 stupas were heavily damaged by 9 bombs dropped by a Muslim extremist. He intended to destroy these temples for religious reasons, but also because Muslims are iconoclasts, which means that they believe that no human representation is allowed in their religion, and so that's why he tried to destroy some of these sacred images, sacred for the Buddhists. Fortunately, he was caught and was put in prison, and obviously, even if Indonesia is a Muslim country, this act is attacked, especially to such an important place, are condemned also severely. Okay, this amazing temple is a perfect example of a mix of the Indian influence, the Buddhist belief, and also the indigenous architecture of this place here in Java. And that's why still nowadays it's a UNESCO Heritage Site.